Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Erica and I'm so glad that you are here for today's video because we are going to be talking about why you should start your small business or side hustle right now. So if you're interested in starting a small business or a side hustle, then you should definitely keep watching. Alright guys, now starting with the more obvious reasons first, which just so happen to be my personal reasons as well, which I feel like a lot of you can relate to. One of the main reasons being I wanted to be my own boss and be in charge of my own schedule. I didn't want to answer to anyone but myself. If your child gets sick unexpectedly, or maybe you want to attend more of your kids' soccer games on the weekends, and maybe you typically can't attend your child's games because you're always working on Saturdays, or you just want to take some vacation time. There are a lot of jobs out there that don't offer any vacation time. They might offer some, sick paid time off, or maybe your job does offer some vacation, but it's like 1 week. Well, to be honest, there's sometimes where I want to take more than a week-long vacation, or I just need a mental health day to recuperate, and maybe I already took my week-long vacation, in which case you're out of time and you can't call out, or you just won't get paid if you can call out. In any case, it is just so much easier to make your own schedule. And again, if my daughter got sick one day and let's say she had to miss that whole week of school, I could kind of rearrange my whole schedule to fit around her being home, and it really doesn't affect my work because I work from home every day anyway. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you guys. When I did first start my business, it was definitely a struggle to figure out that work life and family balance when I first started my small business, because when you are beginning a small business, it takes a lot of time, energy, and dedication to get that business off the ground. And while I can be in charge of my own schedule and I can be flexible when I want to, there are times that I can't do that, and you have to hold yourself accountable to stick to that schedule that you created. But with all of that, all of the hard work and energy that you put into your small business directly benefits you and your family instead of another person or a company that you're working for. So that reason alone was enough for me to want to start a small business, but also I really wanted to be fulfilled in my career. So as I was saying before, a few years ago, I had a regular old office job. I actually worked 7 to 3, not 9 to 5. I sat behind a desk in an office where I did the same things day in and day out. And quite frankly, I just wasn't content doing that for the rest of my life until I retired. I personally just needed something that I was more fulfilled doing, that was more rewarding for me. So having a small business meant that I had a creative outlet that I got to profit from. So obviously that was more rewarding for me. For example, I draw and create the designs that are on the shirts that I make and sell. So I get to get paid for my creativity, which is obviously way more fulfilling than sitting behind a desk working on a computer for 8 hours a day. Now, obviously I still sit behind a desk and I still do computer work, but it is not the same task day in and day out. Sometimes I have custom orders. I get to create what I want, and I get to kind of take breaks whenever I want to, or move on to another task that I need to get done. I'm not doing the same exact thing day in and day out behind a computer working for someone else. Again, all of the hard work that I put in was directly benefiting me and my family. And then the most obvious reason of all was to make more money, because my full-time office job didn't pay anywhere near what I needed nor wanted. And with the current economy and how bad inflation is, I know that there are a ton of people out there that could use the extra cash, but maybe they don't have the money to launch a new business, which is the exact same situation that I was in a few years ago. So with all of that being said, you can definitely start a small business for fairly cheap or next to nothing. You don't need a ton of products and inventory to start out, although I will say the less money you have to invest in a business in the beginning is the harder you're going to have to work to make up for it, especially in the beginning of your business. For example, when I first started a few years ago, I basically looked at my small business as not a small business at all. I was just looking at it as a side hustle to make some extra money. At that time, I was unhappy with my job. Like I said, I was unfulfilled. I wasn't content. I wanted more, but I really didn't think it was possible for me personally to start a successful small business where that could become my full-time job. Obviously, that was like always in the back of my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so awesome. That is the dream. dream, that's the goal, but I didn't think that I could get there. So in the beginning, I was only thinking about my small business as a side hustle, and I started everything while I was still working at my full-time job. And I was basically just grinding and hustling nonstop. I was working every single day. So after I would get home from my regular full-time office job, I would basically work on my side hustle slash small business from the moment I got home till the moment I went to bed. And I was constantly working and grinding and hustling all weekend long. Any days I had off, I was always working on my business. So when I first started, I was getting into like all of those really popular custom glitter epoxy tumblers. I thought they were really cool and I wanted to learn how to make them for myself. And the first tumblers I ever made were actually gifts that I was making for my family. So because I was already making those tumblers as gifts for my family, you know, I went out and bought the tumblers and the epoxy and the glitter and the vinyl and everything that goes into making those custom tumblers. So I was probably out like, I don't know, 50 bucks because I was making those for gifts for my family. I didn't really include that as a business expense. I was just learning how to do the tumblers to start the business. But those tumblers are what started the entire business. So once I was done making those tumblers for my family, I took a bunch of pictures, did like a whole little photo shoot, and then I created a Facebook and an Instagram for my small business, and then I posted all of those pictures that I took of those tumblers to my Facebook page and Instagram, where then I got some messages for some custom tumbler orders. And again, that was less than $50 to start. I was going to spend that anyway because I was making those tumblers as gifts for my family. So then once those new customers placed their custom orders with me, I would just have them PayPal me the money up front before I started on their tumbler because it was a custom order. So then whenever they sent the money via PayPal, then I went out and I would buy the tumbler. If I needed to buy more epoxy, I would buy some more epoxy. I would buy whatever glitter or vinyl color that they needed for their custom order. In the beginning, I only bought what was necessary to make the orders that I was getting. Now, obviously, you know, if someone ordered a red glitter tumbler with their name on it, I would have to go out and buy that vinyl and that red glitter. But then after I made that tumbler, I would have a whole container left of that red glitter because I only used a little bit from it for that one tumbler, which in turn just slowly built up my supply inventory as I could afford it as I was getting those orders. Now, at that time, because my small business didn't have a website, I was only accepting orders through DMs on my Instagram and my Facebook page, which again, people would have to send me money via PayPal or Cash App or Venmo or whatever. So I didn't even have the cost of a website. Now, I will say I did get more orders once I had my own website because obviously you look more legit and professional. And me personally, I wouldn't want to place an order over Facebook Messenger. I would want to place an order on a legit website. But when I first started, I couldn't even afford a website. So that's what I had to do in the beginning just until I could afford it. And then once I could afford a website, then I created my own website. It wasn't until I was consistently, regularly getting orders that I started buying my supplies in bulk and then could afford to create my own website. I always advise that you build and upgrade as your business grows. Every piece of equipment and furniture I have between both of my small businesses was paid for by my business as my business could afford it. You do not have to take out a loan or max out a bunch of credit cards to start a business. For example, let's say you enjoy drawing and you already have a tablet. You could make and sell digital designs that can be downloaded. So if you already have that tablet, you could sell your work on Facebook or whatever and have people PayPal you if you wanted. Or let's say you want to start your own website, but you can't afford it yet. You could also start an Etsy shop where you are going to get a commission taken out of it that goes to Etsy, obviously, but it is a great starting point if you don't have your own website. And I believe it still only costs 20 cents to list an item on Etsy. So again, if you already had a tablet and you're kind of artistic and you can create a design that you think would look good on a t-shirt or tumbler or whatever, you can post a digital design and that could make you thousands of dollars later. And it was only the initial work of creating the design and uploading and listing it on Etsy. Another example would be, I know a lot of fellow crafters that have a Cricut or silhouette laying around. Let's say you have one of those. You could easily start a decal business and just run it off of Facebook and Instagram in the beginning, where your only cost would be the vinyl for those orders. Now, let's say you don't have any equipment or machines or any of the supplies that you need to make the item that you're wanting to sell. But maybe you want to start a t-shirt business, so you want to get a sublimation printer and a heat press to start out with. Well, that can be anywhere from a few hundred to several $100s just between those two pieces of equipment that you're going to need to make your t-shirts, and that's not even including the cost of the t-shirts that you have to order ahead of time. Or maybe you're not crafty or creative, but you really want to start an online boutique where you can sell, you know, super cute clothes that you love and think would sell well, but you don't have money to invest right up front to buy all of your inventory to sell in the beginning. You might need to hustle a little bit first in order to be able to afford your startup costs. Maybe you can walk around your house and find some things that you don't use anymore that you want to sell at a garage sale or Facebook Marketplace or even eBay, or you could do some freelancing work on Fiverr. That's completely free. You could even DoorDash or be an Uber Eats driver or whatever to make a quick buck to save up enough to just start your business. Or on the other hand, maybe you already have a credit card that has, you know, a high limit on it and you barely have anything on it, and you can afford to put a few $100s on that. You can absolutely do that if you're comfortable doing that and you know you're going to make your money back later. My biggest regret for both of my small businesses and even my YouTube channel is that I didn't start sooner. And another main reason that you should start a business right now is that social media is absolutely free to use, and it is booming now more than ever, meaning that you get to market your business for free while connecting with potential customers and building relationships with existing ones. So since it's free, like I was saying earlier, you technically don't need a website for your small business when you first start out in order to sell products and receive payments. Again, you can sign up on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and just send your customers the link to your direct PayPal so they can send you their payment until you've saved up enough to start your own website for your small business, which there are a ton of affordable monthly options on Shopify, Squarespace, Wix, to name a few, and so many more, which I've also done a video comparing the 3 main website builders, which I will link up above for you guys if you're interested. But anyway, so let's say you saved up enough money that you can afford that monthly payment to start a website for your small business. But let's say you want to get more traffic to your website because now you have that expense that your business has to cover. Otherwise, you're out money. So then you could take a little bit of that saved money and run some ads on all of your social media. You can run ads on Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and a ton of other platforms. And trust me, you can run an ad for next to nothing and still get a return on that. And the social media platforms do the work for you. They target people that they think will buy from your small business. So those are the people that are going to see those ads pop up on their feed, whether they're scrolling on their Instagram feed or Facebook or whatever they're on. And that's going to bring in new customers, new orders, more money for your small business. Now, I know all of this is way easier said than done. Obviously, it takes time to build a social media page and to really build your social media following organically. You have to post regularly and consistently. That is the biggest advice I can give you, and it's something that everyone struggles with. I don't care who you are, unless you have a team of people doing it for you. It's hard running social media all by yourself, especially when you're starting out and you don't really know what to do. Trust me, I know. I have multiple Instagram accounts I have to keep up with, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, and a whole YouTube channel. I totally understand how daunting social media can be. Now, I'm sure if you're interested in starting a small business, you've probably seen small businesses pop up on your For You page on TikTok or Instagram. In any case, most of us have seen those small business orders where it seems like it's a really small business. They're working out of their bedroom, and then all of a sudden you see a post where it's like a mountain high stack of orders that they have to do because they posted a video on their business's social media page that went viral, and they got a ton of new customers and a ton of orders that skyrocketed their small business's success. Now, I'm not saying that you can just go post some content and it's going to go viral and then the business will come, you'll get the sales. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm getting at is if you post consistently and you're researching the trends and you're trying to make quality content that is engaging and that people want to watch from beginning to end. Because keep in mind, your customers are just aimlessly scrolling on social media, and it is up to you to not only catch their attention, but to engage with that customer, to watch your whole TikTok or the reel that you just posted on Instagram or whatever. Because without their engagement and without that view and without that watch time and retention, the algorithm on social media is not going to pick up your video and push it out. Now, keeping that in mind, I've had several videos go viral. One I think got like over 4.5 million views or something, and that one TikTok alone brought hundreds of orders literally overnight. And because of that one TikTok, I have repeat customers that have been shopping from my small business since I posted that video. And guys, this was a video that I didn't try at all on. It took me less than 15 seconds to do because I just set up my phone while I was making freshies. And that was when I kind of first started making freshies. Now remember, I went from selling tumblers to freshies. So that one TikTok launched that new product to a successful product for my small business that is still making me money today, which ultimately led me to launching my second small business. Now, obviously, I understand that not everyone can make a viral video. Again, you don't know what videos are going to go viral, but that's why I constantly tell people that you have to try. It doesn't hurt to try and give it your all. So clearly, while having a little bit of money to start a small business will obviously make it a little bit easier for you and is helpful, you can certainly start a small business with little to no money with today's technology if you put in the hard work and dedication that it takes to run a small business. I am living proof of that. And again, as I said earlier, my only regret for my YouTube channel and both of my small businesses is that I didn't start sooner. So that's where I'm gonna leave you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video and you took something away from it, or at the very least, hopefully I motivated you to finally start your small business. If you did like today's video, please let me know that you liked it by giving me a big thumbs up. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. And if you're watching this video and you're not already subscribed to my channel, then make sure you click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on my future small business related videos. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.